Hello. How are we doing, Star Fam? Oh, I look so refreshed. Ciao. What some rest in the South will do for you. How are we doing, my loves? Thank you all for being here. I know we normally do these lives in the beginning of the day a little bit earlier, but I told you guys I want to switch it up for our international subscribers, because I noticed that a little later is a lot better for some people. So we'll be up and down. Tomorrow we'll be back to being early, and we'll just mix it up day by day. But how are you doing, guys? Thank you all so much for being in the room. Hey, Dr. M. Dr. M said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star Fam. I'll be a little late. I'm on my way home, and it'll take me around an hour. Don't worry. We'll probably still be here. NTR said, hey, Star Fam. Hey, Nikki, here for the welcome portion, since I don't watch these shows. No problem. Thank you so much for joining us. Alex said, hi, Nikki and Star Fam. I hope everyone is having a good first half of the week. Amen. This is like the first full week of December. I'm so excited. Anastasia said, hey, y'all, bright blessings. I know that's right. Anastasia. Sarah said, hey, Nikki and Star Fam. Hey, Sarah. Jazzy said, hey, guys. Hey, Jazzy. Miss T said, oh, happy day. You sure did make it to alive. Happy Tuesday, Simply Simone. How are you? A Piece of Spy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, girl. Hey, what's up? Hey, Alicia. Cassie said, happy to be here just as my workday ended. I know that's right. Missy said, hey, Nikki. Hey, Star Fam. Hope you all are well. Watch the ads and hit the like on my way in. I know that's right. Please hit that like button, Star Fam. Thank you so much. George said, hey, Miss Nikki, how are you, George? Elise said, hi, Star Fam. I'm happy to be here with y'all. Took a self-care day today because my job is evil. LOL. Oh, so sorry. But do what you can to take care of yourself. So Steph said, hi, Nikki. Thanks for being here. Not feeling my best today. So Steph, thank you for being here. Hopefully we can this live and or the next, if you want to join again, will make you feel a bit better, and the Star family brightens your day. Thank you for being here. NC said, hey, Nikki in chat, OMG, I have so much to say regarding New York. First off, I wouldn't be surprised if Jenna decided not to come back next season. She's dealing with sanctimonious, judgmental, insensitive a-holes. I agree, but I think she's going to come back. Even rich people like attention. They like it more than we do, more than the poors. Pedro said, hey, Nikki, happy to see your face. Thank you so much, Pedro. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, JL. Caroline, what's up? Indy said, oh no, I'm going to miss Love during lockup later on. Looking forward to the replay. Oh, I'm so sorry, but thank you for being here for this one. And I'll see you on the replay. Marlene said, hey, Nikki, how are you? We made it back home from the Congo, and there was a heat wave in Belgium. Garbage. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. The heat waves, wherever they are, suck, because it just takes so much fun out of just the experience. Terrible, but glad that you made it home safely. I'm doing a lot better today. I don't know if this vlog coming up with the next vlog, Mother is dealing with some stuff. Nothing like emotional, depressive. I'm in a much better place now, but life is lifing. Phil said, what's up? Rhony was finally good. Love Jenna. Me too. I think she's a good asset to the show. I am Miss Asia said, hey, Miss Asia. Missy said, sending positive vibes to y'all. Take care of yourself. Amen. Miss T said, so glad the real, me too. Me, because this one was not giving. Ciao. Carmen said, hi, Nikki. Hi, Star Fam. How are you, Carmen? Thank you for being here. Let's get into our intro. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Everybody get your drinks and come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Hey, unapologetically, Romel said, hey, Nikki, I watched the Atlanta Housewives reunion today and I was confused and bored. But the New York City Housewives was way better. I agree. IA said, hi, NikkiNicoleStar fam. Can't stay for long. I have an early morning gym session. I know that's right. I appreciate the early live, though. Where are you at, IA? This is early. Where are you? Phil actually said he was loving the reunion. Elise said, is it me or is reality TV not what it once was? It's just not what it once was. It's just not what it once was. I feel like I'm feeling like reality TV is running its course and that it needs a reboot. Absolutely. Love Yourself said, hey, Nikki, how are you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you? Hey, Blair, perfect timing. Oh, glad. Come on in the room. You got your 7-Up. I have not had 7-Up in years. My God, today. 7-Up. Wow. Oh my goodness, the sleepaway camp memories. Philly Joint 86, what's up? Said, hey, Nikki, sending you love from Philly. Always. I feel it. I love that place. Miss T. Hey, Megan. Megan said, trying to get through work and I needed this live. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Phil said, what Real Housewives of Atlanta killed it this week? Rhony has been lackluster thus far. Unapology Romel said, I can't believe Candy let Sheree get her like that. I don't care. I'm still dead. Mop those dirty 8 floors. She keeps on coming for them restaurants. So the first show we're going to get into is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then we are going to close out with the Real Housewives of New York. Before we get into it, I do want to do a little housekeeping. So I want to, and I think I'm probably going to do this in all of my lives for the week so that everybody can hear this. I want to make sure that this space is safe for my subscribers and the people who stop by, right? So I have tried my best to create a safe space for everyone. And sometimes I do not do that. Recently, I'm a subscriber. I don't know if they're still subscribed. I will not mention their name because, it's irrelevant to the situation. But they said something in one of my hot topic videos, and they mentioned that they wish that I was a bit more educated on the Black experience globally. Understand that. I would like to say to everyone, especially people who are from a marginalized community, this space will be safe for you. If you are from a marginalized community and you are not anti-Black, this is a safe space for you. I want to make sure that when you enter my home, you feel safe, you feel welcome. Sometimes I will try to connect because, the Star family is pretty big. I mean, we're not 1 million people, but 15,000+ people is a lot of people. So I want to make sure you feel comfortable here, you feel safe here, and that you feel as if you are a part of this community. So a lot of times, although I'm not from a certain community, I will speak on that community or speak to that community as a way to bring everyone in and as a way for you to know that I see you, I care about you, and I'm glad that you are here. Once again, this is a safe space. My home that I'm inviting you into is a safe space for people who are from a marginalized community, who are not anti-Black or anti-woman. Let's keep that true, right? The only people who should not feel safe here are straight men. Everybody else, you are welcome to come on in the room. Now, having said that, the commenter mentioned that, again, they wish that I was more educated on the Black experience globally. One's absolutely impossible. I'm a Black woman from the Philadelphia inner city. That the majority of my life was spent there. That's the majority of what I know. I continue to grow, learn, and try to educate myself and to learn as much as I can. But if that is not my experience, if I am not in that place, I cannot do those things. I have no problem with correction. I have no problem with anyone telling me that this is wrong. I have no problem apologizing. In the words of Wendy Williams, I'm a woman and I can change my mind. I can also change my mind when I'm presented with new information. If I'm wrong, I have no problem apologizing. I'm the middle kid. It's what I do. I'm the peacekeeper in my family. So I have no issue with that. I do want to say, specifically to the Black diaspora who comes here, right? I, as a Black American, see us as family. I'll never see it any different, right? That is my experience as a Black American. What I was saying in the Hot Topics conversation when we were talking about Erica Mena, I was saying that for Black people, Black Americans in general, this is just our experience. We do not have the privilege of being singular identities within our global identity as Black Americans, right? So one of the examples I gave is that you can, like, Nigerians and Kenyans can beef, right? And they will still, although they're Black, they are still going to be Nigerians and Kenyans, even no matter where they go, right? Even if they are housed within the same continent. With Black Americans, no matter what part of my continent, no matter what part of anybody else's continent, I am Black American. And that is the experience that I know. So I was just saying, within the Black diaspora or within the world globally, we do not have that singular identity. That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying that Black Americans are better than anybody else. I was not trying to make it, a Black diaspora penis measuring contest. I was just saying that Black Americans have a very unique experience like others, but as a Black American, I was expressing that to my Star family. Moving forward, I will be extremely conscious about how I speak as a Black American about the Black diaspora. Again, I am Black American, so if I see Black, I just see family. I realize that that is not the case with a lot of Black cultures within the Black diaspora, and that is something being on the internet a lot that I'm starting to learn. It just was not my experience, but I'm realizing that we all have different experiences. So I'm going to be very conscious about how I speak about communities I am not a part of, especially within the Black diaspora. So again, if you have ever felt unsafe here and you're a part of a marginalized community, I apologize. If you're a straight man and you have not felt comfortable in this space, well, take it up to the Lord, because I do not care. But for all of those other communities, I do apologize. And I'm sorry if you ever felt like you were not welcomed here. I want you to come on in the room. However, there's no however, period. As a Black American, I love who I am. I love my people. I'm extremely proud of my people. There may be times when I do, chastise, because the majority of my audience is largely African American and I do Black American, and I do speak on those things. But this is a Black American fan page. I love everything about us. I would love for us to be better, but I am happy with who we are as a people. And if you are somebody who has an issue with Black Americans or may think that I talk about Black Americans a little bit too much, you can take some time right now and leave, because that's never changing. That is never changing. Black American, Black and proud, but Black American and proud. So that's never going to change. I will continue to use this platform and any platform that I get on to big up my people. So again, sorry if you've ever felt unwelcome and you're from a marginalized community. I'll be very conscious again of the communities that I speak about, and just know when to shut up, know when to mind my business, and know when to stay in my place. Thank you for giving me this time to speak on that. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. JL, I always want to acknowledge my super chats. JL said, appreciate you for cultivating this amazing space. Thank you, JL. Thank you so much. I just wanted to just put that out there because I saw the comment and I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want, like, I never want somebody leaving here again, unless you're a straight guy. I don't care. I am not making a safe space for predators. It's not happening. However, I read that comment and I felt bad. And I was like, oh my God. Because I speak, especially as a Black American, I just speak as like family, because that's just who we are. That's just who we are. I'm a Black American from Philly, but if I go to any space in Atlanta, even though I'm a Black American from Philly, they see me as family. That's just how it is. But I get that's not how it is for everyone else, and I would be more responsible. I was going to move on, but wait, hold on. I do want to acknowledge a few comments. Thank you, Wendy, for being here. I don't watch the show, but I'm here for the tea. I know that's right. Missy said, this was the first reunion that I paid attention on how fast the energy shifts from being shady, petty to laughing. I agree. Oh, what time is it there for you in London, IA? I mean, earlier than usual. I'm so sorry. I thought that I was doing better by doing 4. Is 7 p.m. better? Miss T said, I was there and felt safe. Always do with Nikki. Thank you so much. But again, this is for people who did not feel safe. Just wanted to get that out there. Miss Bayfang, what's up? Said hello, NikkiStar in chat, listening during lunchtime. Amen. Amen. Oh my God. Just simply don't worry. Don't worry. I think this one is the one where everything gets going. So you're good. You're good. Always and forever. Always and forever. Always and forever. Every time. Never safe for you. Never safe. So stuff, you're so sweet. Said, Nikki, you are very open-minded and have a growth mindset. One of your best qualities. Thank you. I try. Is it my energy? I feel like I'm in my fall energy. I feel like I'm in my fall energy. Marlene said, I've always seen Black people as one people. Imagine my surprise when I noticed so many of us don't like each other, Black Americans. This is the thing, like, that just has not been my experience. I see it more on the internet, but I always go off of my lived experience. So yeah, it's something. It is something. Hey, Asatu, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Simply Simone said, surprisingly, I haven't seen a lot of reviews of the reunion, even the main Housewives reviewers. Yeah, because this review was a little dry. It was this reunion was a little dry. Tiny said, yes, we appreciate 4 p.m. It's 10. Oh, okay. So 4 p.m. is a good time. How about 7? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if 7 is a good time for my out of US subscribers, because I want to get a good time for as much as I can. I'm not doing a live past 9 p.m. because that's my bedtime. Okay, so I'm going to try to make sure that it's open for a good time for everyone. So just let your girl know. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. First, we're going to start off with the reunion looks. Then we're going to get into the reunion. Let's get into the first look of the night. Was from Candy. I thought this was cute. It gave very flapper girl. But I thought it was cute. I really, really did. I thought it was a cute look on her. I would have wanted different hair, but overall, it's a nice look. I didn't have any complaints. I thought it was a really cute look. Not sure if it's giving reunion, but it fits her very well. She looked like she was happy to be in it, and I'll leave it there. Wasn't wowed by it, but it was cute. Drew, hated it. And I feel so bad because Drew has been getting a whooping this whole season. And at the reunion, it appears. But I just did not like this. I felt like it was ill-fitted. I felt like, again, I always say this to the housewives. I always say this to anybody on the red carpet. Please, whatever outfit that you are trying or, you want to wear to a big event, do 2 things. 1, take pictures under HD cameras, right? With high flash, because that is what photographers use. Take pictures on something similar to the red carpet or just out in broad daylight in general, if that's when it's going to be, or the evening, if that is the time that you are going to attend the event, to see what it will actually look like, because those HD cameras and lights change how the garment looks. I say the same thing for filming cameras. You have, those cameras will change the look. And I think for Drew, this looked great on, the model, or look great, when she went into the store or the designer presented her with it, or at the first fitting. It probably looked great, under that lighting, under, whatever camera that she decided to use at that time, if she ever did it. But I think this just fell flat. The sequence is coming off very dull, and it's just not fitted properly. I think she needed a bit more boning in the top of the bust, because she has very heavy boobs. I know that journey, but I just felt like it just didn't do it for me. Maybe if the corset wasn't so visible, I don't know. I just felt like it aged her a bit, and it just, yeah. And the no shade, because I have a lot of Shein jewelry. I don't have any new jewelry. I am growing and learning. The earrings could have been a bit better. I felt like maybe just take off one of the bedazzled squares or something, but the jewelry also looked a little pedestrian. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. And I hate saying that about Drew, because she just had a really tough season and a very tough reunion. Miss Roper, indeed. Kenya was on it. Miss Roper, indeed. I actually really, really like this for if I'm on vacation and I'm walking to breakfast on the resort, right? For a reunion, no. And especially if you're talking about all the weight you lost, show that body off. Isn't that why you're doing it, right? Even Andy mentioned it. First of all, let's be very clear. Let's be very honest here. All the celebrities are on Ozempic. That's why, diabetic patients who are dying, the poor ones, can't get it, because all the celebrities are using it. It's their new cocaine. It's their new cocaine. And this is absolutely, the result of Ozempic. Because Marlo, you were asked if you, when you started Pilates, and you were like 2 weeks ago. So how the hell did you drop all that weight? They're going to Ozempic now, because I guess cocaine alters the brain. So they want to keep their senses and still lose weight. So now it's all about Ozempic. The sequence around the collar was pulling and stretching on the fabric. So that's what made it look a little pedestrian, just because I feel like, a noted craftsman who works on Craftswoman, who works with these materials and garments and fashion, would know not to put that sequence on the collar, because you would understand how this fabric and sequence works. But it did not quite land. Love the feathers, though. Love the feathers. Love and hate the feathers, because I think that these are real ostrich feathers, and that's a problem. But yeah, Miss Roper, indeed. Kenya called it. Speaking of Kenya, the tight titties just took me away from the dress. The titties looked in pain, right? It looked like they were about to suffocate and fall off of her body. I don't know what is going on with you and Marlo, but you two are not getting along with somehow always matching in some kind of way. If you're not matching in men, you are matching in fashions. You two just need to drop the drama and become besties, because you have more in common than you do not. But I really thought that this was nice up until the tight titties. I think if it was just I don't know what it's called. I'm just going to give it and I'm just going to say an Elvira, mistress of the dog neckline. It would have worked a bit better, but the tight titties was just, it was uncomfortable to see. It was uncomfortable to see. I know the look was supposed to be like sexy, but I feel like it probably would have worked on a woman who had a smaller bust. This was just a little too conforming and constricting, and it seemed a bit scary. But she liked it, so I love it. The Whoville harlot. I hated it. It was giving King Triton. Like, what in the under the sea? It's just so much happening. If she was guest appearing on Star Trek, then maybe this would be lovely. But it's not landing. What's going on with the fashions in Atlanta? I hope that New York eats. Because one thing about New York, no matter the ratings, no matter what they have been going through, no matter the racism, their looks always ate. So I'm expecting these new girls to eat. But Atlanta just never does it for me. I think it was the one and only reunion where I felt like they collectively ate was the reunion when they were in all black. This is just a mess. Mother of the bride. Mother of the bride. And this is mother of the bride at the reception. Oh yeah, I don't know what's happening. I was fighting for her to get on this show. And she got on this show and she has embarrassed me. What is this look? Why are you wearing silk pants with all that behind and hips? You know it's going to stretch. You know it's going to crease. I can't, like, I can only help but so much. Like, y'all gotta listen to me. I'm tired. Great body. She has a great body. This fit her beautifully. Amen. Best dress of the night for me. And it had nothing to do with the baby. Best dress of the night for me. Now, is it giving, junior prom, Newark, New Jersey, 1997? Yes. But the colors are beautiful. I love how this dress, how the light was just dancing on this dress. I think it fit her beautifully. She was able to showcase her great, Olympic body while also showing the beauties of motherhood. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Best dress of the night for me. What do you think, Star Fam? I'm going to get into your comments about the attire, and then we'll get into the reunion. Woo-hoo. You think so? Even the reunion when they were in all black, Miss T, she ate that. They all ate that one. She looked great. Asatu said, Candy's dress is very basic to me. That's what it is. It's a nice dress, but I was like, I want to be wowed. I didn't get wowed. Obi said, I thought she was the best dressed too. The hair could have been better. Yeah, I think a different kind of hair would have sent it over, but she looked cute. She looks cute. Oh, sitting, it was a mess because it was just, it didn't fit her properly. Now, if that dress was a good fit, I probably would have had different comments, but she was spilling over because there wasn't enough boning in the corset top to hold like those huge real titties. Like you need real boning and some good breast tape. And she just didn't have that. I hate to say it, but it was given like ASOS New Year's clearance dress. I hate to say it, but Drew, that was not a good look. George said, Drew has been looking good, but this dress, too much. It was a lot going on. Jazzy said too much material. It was a lot going on. Jazzy said, honestly, Sanya and Marta look the best. I agree. I love Sanya's dress. Love it. That's why it's still there. I love it. Best dress. Absolutely so, Seth. Drew isn't that tall. It was definitely too much material. I agree. Yeah, it sparkled right, and she felt comfortable in it. I just wasn't wowed. Yes, very okay, Tiny. Very okay. A few more. I think at least 3 more with breast tape. I think that would have helped if she came into the fitting with breast tape to see how that would work. Fittings are so important, guys. They are so important, especially if you're short and busty. Go to a fitting. Unapologetically, Romel said to me, Candy was the best dress. I just wish she had more blue. Marlo's was the worst. Yeah, if she had more blue, it probably would have stood out a bit more. So Steph said, I didn't like Sanya's dress. But she's pregnant, so comfort is key. Yeah, she was also very comfortable. Kayla said, I wasn't a fan of the 2-piece look on Drew. She's very short. A 1-piece with the slit would have ate. I agree. With a cinched-in waist and a good corset. You didn't lie one bit. Yeah, it fit the Portugal theme. And moving forward, I want the Real Housewives to stop making their Black housewives go with the theme straight out of Portugal. They don't get it. They don't know what Portugal is. They've been there once and they fought the whole time. They could not experience the place. They don't get Portugal. Give them Jamaica or something else. Get them something black, because I feel like that's what they'll get. They can't get Portugal. It don't work for them. Stop sending these broads to Portugal. It does not work. It does not work. Yes, that's where it would have been a fitting outfit. Yes, very lady of the house. Yes, I liked it too, but not for the reunion. There is a bomb in Portugal. Oh, she admitted it. Yep, that's what it is. All the celebrities are eating it up. All of them. All of them. While freaking working class diabetics are dying because they can't get their Ozempic. Ooh, send the flood. JL said, I think Drew's outfit, albeit a beautiful green, may not be her color. They should do a color matching. I've always wanted to do a color matching with my girlfriends. I actually think the color was nice on her. Great for her skin tone. I just think the designer used dull sequins that does not show up under HD cameras unless you have the proper lighting. Yes, because it's a very comfortable dress. Like, it's comfortable, it's Caribbean, it's, very lady of the house, like was said earlier, but just not for the reunion. Just not for the reunion. Not a chop, Phil. Kayla said, my diabetic mom took Ozempic during the pandemic. It was the scariest thing. It made her so sick. I cried daily. Oh, really? Oh, child, well, maybe the celebrities can have that. Maybe they can have that. Indy said, I'm sure Mrs. Sloka has a feather outfit like that. Oh, yes, you went there. Marlene said, I don't like the top. Yeah, I don't like the top part. I don't like the top part. I actually did like the sleeves, but the tight titties just did not work. Did not work. Kiki said, Kenya was giving Monsters Inc. realness. I did not like it. Did I lie? Did I lie? Terrible casting. Terrible casting. Absolutely. That's exactly what she was giving. Wendy said, I don't like the feathers on the shoulders for Kenya. It's making her look top heavy. The whole top just looked very painful. Oh, you like the Whoville Harlot? I didn't. I did not. The neck was too much. It was just so much going on. Yeah, I didn't like the pants either. And the color choice, I don't know what's happening. Yes, for her bishop. For her bishop. That was the best Atlanta has ever looked at a reunion. The best. I don't know what was happening at that reunion, but they felt like it at that one. Was it season 10? They felt like it at that reunion. They all looked great. Obi said her face, hair, and makeup is beat though, and the upper dress was good. The pants, no. Oh yes, Moyetta for me had the best hair, not makeup, but the best hair. That looked good on her. Really, really looked good on her. Yeah, it was decent. I wasn't wow, but it was decent. Unapologetically, Romel said Moyetta can stay a friend next season. Take Courtney off and demote Sand gets a friend of. Bring Kenya's friend for friend of. Well, the friend has been trying. The friend has been trying to get on that show. So hopefully they take her up. Hopefully they take her up. Yeah, I think she went simple and it worked for her. She went simple and comfortable and it worked for her. It worked for her. Just simply said, I really didn't like the color scheme or the reunion set this year because it's Portugal. Every time they do Portugal for the Black Housewives, it never works. Never. Tiny said, Sanya's dress to the Crystal Water theme and advertising the bump without doing too much. Yeah, she looked great. She looked great. Obi said, but yeah, now I think Sanya's was the best. I was back and forth between her and Drew, and now I see more Sanya's best dress. I loved it. I loved it. NC said Sanya was definitely the best dressed by default. To be honest, she wasn't going up against bangers. Sheree was the worst for me. It looked like she was wearing a corset over a negligee. Oh, God. Hey, Arnold. Thank you for being here. Arnold said Marlo really is the only girl in Atlanta consistently on it with her fashions, but even she can miss sometimes. These looks were underwhelming. I agree, Arnold. I agree. George said, hey, guys, that's the Arnold. The Arnold. George said, this isn't shaded to Drew, but she looks like she has more of a natural body, so she needs more structure for her dresses just to reinforce what her shape actually looks like. Natural body, and she's short. She's short, so she needs to do well. Mademoiselle said, love you, Nikki, but Portugal is no different than America. It's just in Europe. Americans need to diversify their culture. It's a big world. America's a big country. So we're pretty diverse over here. We absolutely need to do more travel. I can't believe you got me defending America, Mademoiselle. We absolutely could do more travel, right? So could everybody else. No, I haven't been to Portugal, but I have watched the reunions for the Black Housewives, and every time they've gone to Portugal and done a reunion theme based off of Portugal, they fell. So I'm gonna stand by my opinion. Miss Brown Sugar said, "Court the talent of the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Family Feud. Besides being embarrassed that they even thought to put Sheree up for fast money, my biggest shock was all the other women towering over Drew. Yeah, Drew was very short, guys. She's like the same height as what's her name? I just want a roughneck. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Spend all day in it. What's her name? I love that song. But yeah, she's very short." Very, very short. I'm gonna get two more, then I'm gonna get my super chat and why, and then we'll move on to the reunion. Jennifer Jones said, "Hey Nikki, I'm just happy you went live while I'm at work. The Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion really irritates my spirit." Rhony was cute though. Rhony was cute. Tiny said, "But how would they turn the theme Portugal into glam? The closest was Courtney and Drew's train looking mermaid inspired." I just really think they get thrown off of Portugal. I don't think Portugal works for them. I think they just need to do something that's more familiar or something because I think they all use a lot of Black designers. I think they just need to do something like that, maybe, because that's just, or whatever the thing was for season 10, maybe something like that. But for Portugal, it does not work for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was a travesty for the Real Housewives of Potomac. They need to just leave it alone. Leave Portugal alone. Phil, thank you for the super chat. Phil said, "The ladies on the Real Housewives of Atlanta always look better than Real Housewives of Beverly Hills." I will give you that. And I think the reason why Beverly Hills never eats is because of Kyle and what's the other one? It's expensive to be mine. Erica. Erica just goes too off the wall trying to be young and current, and Kyle is just too matronly. It always gives Spiegel. No matter the designer, it gives Spiegel. Yes. It was a nightmare, Josie. It was horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I absolutely, when they were on their girls trip in Portugal, I was looking at all their food. I didn't give a damn about the scenes. I was looking at their food. I cannot wait to go. Lola, that's my girl, Lola. Yes, because for some reason when they hear Portugal, they just think of like one color. They think of, I don't know, water. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, baby, you gotta do better. You got to do better. Jazzy said, "But seriously, why was Courtney auditioning for The Fifth Element?" Jade said, "Marlo looks luxurious. To be honest, Kenya should have hired her to style her look." I feel like they would work together better as, frenemies than actual enemies. I really, really do. Did I lie? It's Spiegel every time. Every time. Miss Brown Sugar said, I think Portugal is hard for a lot of people because it feels like Spain, but not exactly. The imagery doesn't jump out as easily. I think so too. And I think when they're going to designers saying, give me something for Portugal, what you gonna pick from? Because I'm like, you say Portugal, I say, oh, Brazil. I go right to Brazil. I don't even stay on Portugal. I go to Brazil. So maybe that's what happened. Anyway, let's get into the actual reunion. We chatted enough about the garments. At the end of the day, ladies, listen. Some of the garments were a hit or a miss, but at the end of the day, you were on TV and we are sitting here discussing you. You won. Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. Let's get into the reunion. Sheree, she opens up about her nose. And I cannot believe she gave the breathing excuse. I went in because I was having a problem breathing, and I told them to take a little bit off the top. So your medical doctor, your ear, nose, and throat doctor also does rhinoplasty? Huh? I'd be damned if I'm going to a cosmetic surgeon to clear up my breathing. That just didn't make sense. Just say, I did not love my Negro nose, so I decided to change it. Who gonna check you? That's your body, your choice. Do what you want. But the breathing excuse, I'm so sick of hearing that. I am so sick of hearing that. It is your face, your body. You can do whatever you want to your body. All you had to do was say, oh, I wanted to change my nose. End of discussion. That's it. The breathing excuse, I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing it. It never lands. We all know that you're lying. Sheree is still acting like she doesn't know who Bob's daughter is, right? Like she never met her or never knew about her. But all of your children were comfortable with her being in your grandma picture. No, nobody was shaken by that. Nobody was disturbed by this woman who nobody knew being in the picture, the family picture. They all knew her. You knew about her. You're not going to tell me, especially that the daughter that you're closest to did not call you as soon as she met that chick and told you about that. I think you're just acting like you don't know to save face, but nobody cares. You're not with Shrek anymore. You're not with him anymore. Nobody cares, girl. Just be like, oh, yeah, I knew. I didn't care because I found out so long ago. Something like that. But then to also try to say something negative about the girl, I don't care about her or whatever. Like, that's your kid's sibling. Like, I just feel like, Sheree, you struggle so hard with being kind. And that's a terrible trait to have. Like, kindness just escapes you all the time, but you want to receive kindness and just never give it out. And I'm starting to think that this is just not your character on the show. I feel like this is who you are in real life. And that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Kenya. We have got to talk about Kenya. Honey, your gags weren't landing. And you are the gag queen. They were not landing. When you tried to subpoena Marlo and Andy got it, first of all, why would you give it to Andy? First of all, why would you bring a blank document? I would have put it in a sealed document and been like, can you give this to her? Marlo, who's, just be honest, afraid of the law because she's a felon, would have not opened it on camera because she would not have known what it would have said, especially if you would have said subpoena, right? She probably would either threw it or put it behind her back and be like, I'll read that later during the lunch, darling, or something like that, right? You give a blank document, give it to Andy, messy, newsy Andy, and say, oh, could you give that to her? Andy was like, absolutely not. Let me read this first. He's just like, it's blank. It ain't nothing on here. And then you're like, oh, I forgot to print it. I'll print it and I'll give it to her since you want to be in my business. But by that time, the fire and power that the subpoena had was gone. And it was just like, womp, womp. What's happening, Kenya? That did not land. That gag was tired. Candy versus Sheree. You know who else was tired? Candy. You seemed like you did not feel like it. First of all, Candy was sitting halfway on the couch, like, if somebody said, let's go, she would have got up and left. Like, she just looked like she was ready to go. She did not look present. She did not care. She was stuttering and struggling to go back and forth with Sheree. Sheree stuttering to go back and forth with her. It's just not working. They're sending these insults that are not landing. They're taking too long to get to the shade or the reads. And I'm like, have we stopped hiring the gays for these reunions? Bring back my gays. Y'all need help. Y'all need help. The reads were just not working. Clean your floors. Sheree, why didn't you say bullets and biscuits? That would have hit. You should have been like, I know you're not talking bullets and biscuits. That would have landed. What was happening here? Kandi did not care. She was not engaged. Sheree stood up for what? Like Kandi, she stood up and she said, look at this body. And Candy's like, yeah, but no, I'm sorry. Yeah, but the butt, the face shot, facing your shots. Oh my God, what's happening? What is that? This is global warming. I feel like, I'm telling you, I feel like because of global warming, there's a shift, global warming, there's a shift in the atmosphere, and environments and climates are changing, and it's altering people's brain chemistry. Because I don't know who these people are. This reunion, I don't know what happened, but something is afoot. Something is afoot. It's either global warming or Rock Nation. Somebody is responsible for the mess that was this reunion. Andy loves She News, and I guarantee you She News is going to be at BravoCon. He said it, he's going to make it happen. He was so uninterested in the reunion part 1 that he was reading She News the whole time. It was a fun, cute gag, but it was just like none of the pictures were approved by production, so everything was like blurred out. It was just, and these gags were not landing. Drew discusses her rate. She discusses lowering her rate to be in Kandi's movie, and I believe it. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. She said it came, my agent saw it, the offer came, he passed, then Ralph called me to convince me to do it, aside from what my agent recommended, and I did do it. I don't think that was shade. I think that is just the reality of it. That's the truth. A lot of people who do like independent work, they take a lower rate. That's why it's able to be called independent, because there's not a lot of money there. There's just art, not a lot of money there. So I don't think that was shade. She was just saying that's just the business. Like, y'all lowballed me. And my agent said no, as an agent should. I didn't see anything wrong with that. And I'm just so disappointed, Kandi. I always say this, but I really mean this. This needs to be your last season on the show. I think you need to stop being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think you need to stick to Escape, because Escape paints you a bit differently than the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think you need to get out before you have your takedown season. I also feel like you need to wrap up that candy-coated predator talk show. And I think you just need to stick to doing a YouTube show about your life and your experiences. I think you need to vlog, because getting into the journalist space, I am not a journalist, but I'm going to stand in the office of a journalist and tell these mofos that keep on trying to be a journalist or host, it is not easy to do. That's why y'all always fail. It is not an easy job. People go to college for this. They get degrees. It is extremely hard to be a journalist. There is so much work that has to be put into giving out the news, reporting the news, sitting down with a guest, doing the research of that guest, knowing what questions to ask, knowing the temperature, knowing the climate and temperature of the guest in your audience. Like, there's so much work that has to be done. And I feel like so many people who do not respect the office of a journalist, do not respect the office of a host, have no idea. So you jump into these positions and you just have no idea what you're doing. Kandi, these shows are going to be very dangerous for you. Very, very dangerous for you. You need to wrap them up and just vlog about your beautiful Black family and leave it at that. The Black single girls will eat that up. Eat that up. I think that's what you need to do. But I think the attention is just too addictive. And, listen, I get a fan base is you need that to be successful in the industry, especially today. But you get in a very dangerous place when you start listening to your fan base over common sense. Those people gonna be like, yes, Messy Candy, get it, Messy Candy. But when Messy Candy start messing up business for her and her family, them same fans ain't gonna help you pay the bills. A lot of these people that gas up the mess are lurkers. Lurkers. They're not gonna come to the show. They're not gonna pay for your lipstick dildos. They're just lurkers. Be very careful about who you listen to. This season and them shows just do not look like a good look for you. And copyright J. Lee Corner's video, if I were you, I would get rid of them shows and just stick with the Skate Mama, because this is not a good look. Because even me, and I loved you since I was like 12, I'm starting to see things that I should not see. You're making it very difficult for good, well-meaning people like myself to support you. Do better. Drew! Stop with the gags. You are terrible at it. I hate to say it because you've had such a rough season. Why did you throw a plum at Courtney? Nah. Loser! Loser! It was such a loser move. Here, she's hungry. Let me. Stop it. The bones don't work. The plums don't work. Stop throwing stuff. Stop. You are not a gag girl. If you stay focused and out of your emotions, you could read. And you could read heavy. You got it in you. You don't need the gags. They don't work for you. I was like, she threw a plum at Courtney, and now I got to go do the research and figure out why you threw a plum. Does she have a vitamin deficiency? Like, why did you do that? I want more for you. Stop with the gags. It was terrible. Kenya, we're back on Kenya. Mama, you was lying about Roy. Oh my God, these people have been saying, these Kenya haters have been saying for seasons that you hire these men to be on the show. I hate to say it, Roy looked like a hired boyfriend. And this is because of the information you presented. Because you tried to lie and Andy caught you. Because you was like, oh, Roy stopped being a part of the show because he saw in the trailer that, people were saying that he was dating Marlo and he didn't like that. And Andy was like, how did he see it in the trailer and stop being on the show? But the trailer comes after the show. The trailer comes after the season's wrap. No, he saw it on the super teaser. And Andy was like, well, yeah, the show is still wrapped by the time we get the super teaser. Well, we talked about it. This is not good. This is not good. What? Your gags aren't landing. The lies aren't holding up like they used to. And it does not help that every time we saw Roy, he was doing something for Cal Me Crazy. It was a Cal Me Crazy t-shirt, Cal Me Crazy hats, Cal Me Crazy salads. He don't want to feed you nothing else. He can't get you a salmon plate. He's always bringing you a salad and them flavorless smoothies. My God, today, Roy, put some honey or sugar in them damn smoothies. You got these people paying $15 damn in Atlanta and them smoothies taste like dirt. Do better. Do better. Oh, Kenya, I'm so disappointed. What's going on? What's going on? Do I have that hater? Let me bring up that hater. What is her name? What? Hold on. Because I was supposed to find that video. I was supposed to find that video. Oh, wait, do you have it?
So Militron made the Hot Topics today.
Did you post the video? Okay, I just found her page. I think she's like a black gossip site. I think her name is Millie Chan. Is this it?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into it.
Okay, yeah. So she's like a black gossip site. Real quick, black gossip sites and people who do like black gossip content. Why is it always so negative? Why are you always so angry? Right? Like, even it can't even be like a little tea session. Like, girl, guess what happened? You guys are always so negative. And it just comes off like you put out stuff because you just hate black people. Like, it comes off very, that's why everybody says that y'all stuff is anti-black, because it's always so dark. It's never fun tea. It's always something dark. So this girl, Millie Chung, she goes to Kenya's hair salon, Kenya Moore Hair Care, and she posts a video at her big freaking age. I'm sorry. This is like 19-year-old, my brain is not fully developed behavior. Her big freaking age, she goes to finds Kenya's hair salon. She's like, oh my God, guess what, Millie Chung fans? The salon ain't open. Kenya was lying, like she fake. She ain't got the coin she said she had. Lame. And I'm so tired that people who peaked in high school have a voice now. That's what the internet is. It's a bunch of losers in high school, people who peaked in the 4th grade, now with their big freaking ages, got their little iPhones and is getting on, creating all kinds of chaos because you're miserable, that you're still corny at your big age. This was such corny, lame behavior. Because even in the reunion, Kenya was like, oh, it's not fully finished. This was a soft opening because now I was able to lease out the whole place and I want to get the bottom of the floor done. You ain't been to a soft opening at your big age? You go to a soft opening, let the community know that you're there. You shut down with the anticipation from the soft opening and build the rest of what you were doing and have a grand opening. Soft opening, grand opening, 2 totally different things. And I ain't no Kenya-Stan. But this was such loser behavior, and everybody picked it up. Oh, Kenya Place ain't open. Y'all some haters. Just miserable. And I hate the fact that we are allowing these corny losers to go viral and lead conversations that have no substance. A quick little research, even just watching this reunion, soft opening. So what's the deal? Because you at your big freaking age are excited that this black woman is not as successful as she's leading you to believe. That's it? That's why you're so happy? Because you were giddy, walking around filming the place. For what? Oh, so glad I don't have a loser gene in me. So, thank you, Jesus. I saw that video and I'm like, you're a loser. This is loser behavior. There's no way I would be like, oh my God, it's a reality TV show. It's a reality TV show. 9 times out of 10, a bunch of this stuff ain't real. It's for entertainment purposes. Why are you taking stuff off of a reality TV show and bringing it in real time to garner attention for yourself? It's a freaking reality TV show. It's entertainment. Let these people entertain you and go live their best life. What was the purpose of that? Loser behavior. Your big freaking age. Anyway, so I said all that to say it was a soft opening. Chill. It's a soft opening. She even mentioned it at the reunion before you did your little video. Oh, you in your 40s doing this. Anyway, confirmation. Remember when I told you guys in my last review that there are no hot mic moments. There are no hot mic moments. When you say stuff while mic'd up, you know it's going to go somewhere. Yes, there are times when you forget, but the majority of the time, you are not going to forget that heavy freaking audio pack strapped to your back or that hot freaking tape to the inner side of your titty. You're never going to forget that feeling. That's why a lot of people say, oh, can somebody get this mic off me? I'm going to the bathroom. So there are no hot mic moments because Drew got mad at Courtney because she didn't like the stuff that Courtney said about her son. And Andy, Twitter's like, what did I say? And Andy was like, oh, it was a hot mic moment. And she was like, oh, I knew what I was saying. I knew the cameras were rolling. It was not a hot mic moment. I said what I said because you wanted to get a moment. Because at your big age, you're so desperate to get on a reality TV show and cause chaos for a check. Go to school like every other Black woman. Go to school and get another freaking degree. Why are you at your big age fighting to get on a reality TV show? And be messy? You don't have nothing else going on? That's why the Real Housewives of Atlanta can't find any new talent. Because this is what y'all pick. Because the real Black successful girls don't feel like this mess. The commercial ain't even worth it. Y'all can't get anybody because this is the caliber of talent that y'all put on that show. And the Black girls that are really doing it don't feel like being bothered. You're not going to have no billionaire real estate agent get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and fight with the likes of Courtney. Even Kenya's embarrassed. So she knew exactly what she was saying because she wanted to get a moment. So she resorted to possibly outing someone or lying about somebody's sexuality because she, as a Black woman, is very aware of how gay Black people are treated, especially in the Black community. So she was trying to either embarrass and shame her or harm her by saying that she was a lesbian, and then cut her even deeply by talking about her son. Evil work. I want somebody that's going to be fun and messy and got something going on to inspire and have me cackling. I don't want nobody on the show doing evil mess like this. Can't dress, can't read, nothing lands. You just go after people to get a moment, and we see you trying to have something. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Don't reboot. Fire these hoes that don't audition. I don't want to say that hoes, Nikki. Fire these heifers, these harlots who don't audition to be on the show. They have to go back to what worked. Let these girls audition, and then if there's chemistry, bring them back. But they're not auditioning, and they're coming on the show with these agendas, and it's not working because we see them trying to make something happen. It's embarrassing. Now, speaking of embarrassing, I pray. This is why I stay connected to the Lord, because I pray I never in my life have to experience a corny partner or a corny husband. What the hell is Ralph doing? This is what he's posted on Twitter. It was great cooking for the ladies, but make sure you call us daddy in the kitchen. Get your apron for you or your significant other. You're a young guy. Why are you acting like you're some freaking 70-year-old Rolling Stone? What is this? I pray I never upset the heavens, that they curse me with a corny husband. I also brought up this demon to talk about the fact that this guy who wants to repair his marriage was fighting with his wife on Twitter. So Drew is acknowledging the things that Courtney said at the reunion. She says, I must always protect and stand for my children against this type of evil. I gave him the opportunity to shut his unverifiable fake cousin down for her disgusting comments made concerning my son. However, he refused to do it, so it breaks my heart. Never like dragged Ralph, just said she didn't like what his cousin said, so she wanted him to shut it down, and he didn't, and that hurt her. She meant to be nasty and rude, making comments and dragging my child into this. Kids are always off limits. That's it. That's all. We're done. Right? This corny demon. It's time to speak truth. So let's be real. You expect me to pay child support when he has a father that wants to play an active role in his life, but you don't want to let him? Your adoption request was only a money grab and control. Since the age of 3, I stepped up to fill the gap as a man and unconditionally provided for my heart without expectations. I will continue to be there, but you going to take advantage of me or use this show to get your way? I understand playing a better victim role earns you sympathy on this platform, but you will respect me as a father. I love all my kids and have given them the world, including you. It's about them now. Go to hell. First class. First class. You don't love that woman. You don't want to repair. How is she going to ever repair a relationship with you when this is what you do? You're not a husband. You're supposed to protect her. You're not protecting her. You never protected her. Drew, get rid of him. We don't need to see him next season. That's all I have to say about this reunion. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into the comments. Let's get into the comments. Asatu, I unsubscribed from Candy's channel. Her lack of accountability regarding Drew's sister was disgusting. I feel like that's going to be the nail in the coffin. Girl, get off of YouTube. Vlog. Just vlog. But your community will eat that up. Your subscribers, everybody will eat that up. Hey guys, I'm on the jet right now. Me and the skate, we're gonna do a concert in Turkey. That would be so cool to watch that. Why are you on the mental health? Courtney crazy girl. Courtney crazy. She don't know what she's talking about. What are you doing? You're a Grammy winner. What are you doing? Oh my God. Fire your publicist. IA said, Sheree is the worst, slating Candy's businesses and saying the other ladies need to get their money up. She is just the pits. She's delusional. Nasty and delusional. Just very nasty and delusional. Obi said, just to say though, Entertainment Canada. Oh, just to say though, Entertainment can and have the expertise to do. Oh, ENTs. I'm sorry. ENTs can and have the expertise to do rhinoplasties. It just depends more for medical reasons. For aesthetic reasons is when you would sort out a facial plastic surgeon. Thank you for clearing that up, Obi. Thank you. Kayla said Sheree will deny and die with the absolutely. Absolutely. Carmen said, I really got a good giggle. It was cute from the She News handouts. I think it was Andy's reaction that had me laughing. Yeah, he was like, oh, I love this. I think that's what it is. That's what it is. I think he just loved it so much. Thank you, Jazzy. Like the video, guys. Come on. Come on. Shoso stuff said, Sheree never told the truth a day in her life. I'm so tired of her. Ooh, clear her. Clear her. You know what? Hold on. Look at the time. Nikki, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm absolutely doing my reviews 3 hours apart. 3 hours apart. Love Girl Like will be at 7 p.m. I apologize. I just looked at the time. 3 hours apart. Because we be talking here. Because I love the Star family. We never did. We never did. Like, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Oh, really? We don't die, we multiply. We everywhere. I love it. I love it. I absolutely want to do a lot of travel. I absolutely, and I have never been like the travel girl like that, which is odd because I'm a Sagittarius. But the pandemic changed that for me. When I could not go anywhere, I was like, I'm going everywhere. Everywhere. Kid Crudy, what's up? Say Kenya has been asleep at the wheel for the whole season now, relying on laurels of reeds. I love that. And gags passed, and she never had a legitimate storyline. It's a chop. This was Kenya. This was a tough season for you. It just, I was like, what's happening? What's going on? I'm like, why is Marlo winning this argument? I was so upset. I was so mad at you, Kenya. Jade said, mind you, Kenya is all on Twitter trying to justify her foolishness with the fake subpoena. And did y'all notice how Candy laughed at her, but can't nobody laugh at Candy? Child. Flat. Andy was like his blank. You didn't even bother to fill it out? He was, because he was disappointed in her performance. Andy was disappointed in her performance. Disappointed. OMG. IA said, Sheree and Marlo's delusion is annoying. I will not watch the next season if they return. I know. Hate to see it. I was shocked. Sierra, I was shocked. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Well, why isn't this working? OMG. Tiny said makes sense why she was more heated with Carlos, because she knew she'd disappoint. Oh. Maybe. Kayla said, I now see that Kenya did the Carlos King interview to get ahead of these bad reunion reads. Give me something to activate me. Like, girl, the batteries are not rechargeable. I think that they're just tired. I feel like, this is the thing. And it happens when you get older. It also happens when you get comfortable. These women are older, they're comfortable, they're mothers, kids are getting older now and are able to see things and hear things and, comprehend things. And I just don't think that they want to be or can be as messy as they were before, or just, I won't say as messy, but as carefree as they were before, because when you get older, you just get censored, and that's just the reality of life. And you think more about what you say or do and how it impacts others, or what you're putting out there. Then when you're young, you just do it and it's just like, oops, they're past the oops age. I think that's what it is. So I won't call for a reboot because these girls aren't given. I would say let's graduate them and bring in younger and hungrier ladies. Y'all need to come back, Arnold. Bring back my gays. Bring back my gays. The Real Housewives of Atlanta needs it. Reality TV needs it. We just need to take reality TV and put it back in the hands of the gay community. They know what they're doing with it. When the straights get involved, it just falls apart. Give it back to the gays. Jazzy said, I'm going to need Atlanta to get a speech therapist. It was, don't you hear it? I said, what's going on? Why is everybody stuttering? What's happening? Obi said, Sheree rehearsed her reads. That's why in her confessional she laughs, because she's prepared well. Probably. I'm telling you, I was watching this reunion like, oh my God, why did y'all still put this out? If I was Andy, I would have been like, cut, hold on. Everybody get it together, because this ain't working. I can't believe they let them cameras roll and then they sent that to Post. Are you kidding me? That needed a redo. AE said, so none of you are going to bring up that Kenya is the greatest grift in reality TV history. How do you say on a reality TV show called The Real Housewives of Atlanta and you have never been a wife? It's not just her. There are a lot of people, a lot of women who have been on these shows and are not wives. She's not the first and she's not the last. Right? It makes sense, Pink Petals. It makes sense. Like, your job is literally to fight with people. Real Housewives of Atlanta was different because they actually had a good time. They're not having a good time anymore. So you can see that the ladies are over it, but they don't want to let that check go. Understand? It has to be. Who is doing this? AE also said Kandi is just irked because she does not have the click to hide behind. The reunion is the only time she actually has to address herself in whatever it is she does. She did say, I do want to be here. So I don't know other people said I want to be here. Girl, we did not see you this season. Like, I felt, watching this reunion, I felt like I was crazy. I was like, what did they see? Did they watch the show? Because what these women are talking about, this didn't happen. What show are y'all watching? Jazzy said, what about Drew and her made up word? She wants to protect the sanctity of her marriage. I was like, girl, what are you trying to show? What's up, Santino? Santino said the way Kandi could have gotten Sheree together, but didn't really bother my spirit. I would have humbled Sheree so quickly. Right there, no shade, Sheree. When it comes to Kandi, you're an easy read. And the fact that Kandi didn't do it, for a lot of us, meant that, oh, you just don't feel like it. You're uninterested. Because you could and you have, but you decided not to. You're over it. And that's okay. That's okay. Jade said, to be honest, they only wanted Drew to do the movie because that brings them a storyline and people to watch Drew. Also, to be honest, I agree with that because she was a name. Like I don't think there was any other name in the cast. Also, Candy and her stands can continue to throw it in people's faces. She did favors. She did. She did. Good TV. Do I look like a Muppet? Lottie Love, you will never live that down. You will never live that down. Carmen said, Candy and Sheree reads are always supposed to be supporting, not the main. That's why they fell flat. It did not work. It did not work. Josie said, when we met Candy, she was a single mother of one, met Todd, fell in love, and got married and had more kids along with all the businesses that you open. What else is there to do? She needs to vlog. Get off of this show. Vlog on YouTube. And keep collecting Grammys. That's what you need to do. This should not be like this stage of your life. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Pace URL said, I agree. Candy has been letting her stands gas her, and it's making her really look like a younger version of Mama Joyce. Ooh. Ciao. Then don't do the gag. It was terrible. It was terrible. She's a fabulous reader when she's focused. Fabulous. Fabulous. Huge amounts of potential. Huge. What is she doing? Oh, see what I'm saying? Look, Sierra, who the hell knew that? No, it got to be at the front of our minds for us to be like, ooh. It fell flat. Mother was lying. And I was like, Kenya, what's happening? Give Me Shelter said, I lurked in on Candy's life, except I never engaged in the comments. I just knew the live was going to haunt Candy and Courtney. Maybe the instigators are Michael Darby trolls. Maybe. It absolutely was a commercial for Kill Me Crazy. Absolutely. Every time he showed up. And I'm like, Kenya, you don't want to catch that? Or was that a part of the agreement? Ciao. JG said, Andy and I think production is over Kenya and her fake storylines, constant lies. Where is her commercial? She really has something with Kenya Moore hair care. I don't know like what's going on with that. I don't know why it's not being covered. Mademoiselle said, right, I think Kenya hired Roy or they have an understanding for her to promote. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. The Dare Show podcast said Kenya looked bad this whole reunion. She sure did. Figuratively and literally. She did. She did, Kenya. I was disappointed in your performance. I was disappointed in everybody's performance except for saying you. She's pregnant. She cannot do nothing this reunion. Kayla said, yeah, Kenya couldn't get her lies straight. And once again, it was hard to see. I know. And why would... I hate this for her. Why did you have a yellow, Cash App from Missy B? Thank you, Missy B said for Candy Shachelle Entrepreneur Masterclasses. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Missy. And child, I needed that. I just bought another La Crusade pot. What am I doing? I'm on strike. When I got the thank you for your purchase email, I was like, oh, this is a problem. But they just came out with their fall collection and I just had to get a few things. Please. Thank you, Missy. Thank you, Missy. Thank you so much. Gagged her. Oh, before we got into Missy, Kenya, why did you have this yellow blonde like synthetic? It was given synthetic. It did not look like real hair. Wig attached to your jet black hairline. It didn't even look blended. What's going on, Atlanta? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here with y'all. I kept on looking at the wig and I was like, why your roots are black and the wig is yellow? This is not you. Can you look at me? Look at me. What's happening? This is not who you are. Please wake up. Climate change or Rock Nation? Climate change or Rock Nation? Hella expensive, no flavor. No flavor. I went to get a salad and a smoothie from them because they right next to my waxing place. And I was, trying to be skinny. You know what I mean? Like, let me get a salad and a smoothie. Baby, one drink of that smoothie, I have never done this. I gave that back. I said, can you put some honey in this? What the hell was that? You gonna give me a smoothie with a bunch of berries and no honey? You ain't Jamba Juice. I was so disappointed. And that salad, he needs a commercial, so I understand. Pink Petal said, Kenya and Candy don't need to come back. Hate to say it. They're over it. They're over it. And I think all of them, I think all the OGs no longer enjoy it anymore because I feel like they're not on the show with people that they can properly spar with. Flavorless, honey, agave syrup, something. Put something in them smoothies. How you don't know how to make a smoothie? NC said it was Andy eating a plum. Andy was a mess. I hate to say it, but he was the most interesting thing at the reunion. And that's what he wants anyway. Kayla said, I wish people would just be honest. Kale is nasty in general, the worst tasting green. Yes, you have to put stuff in it. You can't just give me a kale smoothie. You got to give me bananas. You got to give me avocado. You got to give me honey. You got to throw a watermelon in there. Then some flavored protein powder. You got to make that something. AE said, Black YouTube is comparing reunion looks to that character in Monster. Yes. I think Sully is his name. Asatu said, Kenya is made for the single life. Nothing wrong with it, but she needs to own it. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people are choosing a single life. Ciao. Obi said, they just do it clout most times, but sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture. Are we talking about Roy? Oh, for clout. Are we talking about Roy? We talking about that big corny lady? Yes. And I mean big age, not body. Black Girl Review says she doesn't like Kenya and it felt targeted. I absolutely agree. What are you doing? Go pick up your kid from college and stop filming Kenya's salon that was so soft. Like, what are you doing? Lame. I was like, it's not giving what you think is given. You look terrible. Obi said, she even said in that video, shame on you. Not even like, okay, I'm just asking questions, etc. She assumed. Yeah. Guys, Kenya salon isn't open. Shame on you, Kenya. Tiny said, Kenya lied and made this a lot of bigger deal than it was. She was asking production to do a She by Sheree again. The soft opening was a different venue. I get it, but it was on a TV show, so who cares? I feel like it gets lame when you try to bring it to real life. That's why I don't talk about these girls when they do Twitter stuff. And, I don't care. What you do on the show is what I discuss, unless you're a corny husband like Ralph. That's it. Like, if it's not on the show, who cares? It is. It absolutely is Give Me Shelter. She got view. She was so happy. When I looked on her page, she was just like, guess who was on the Shade Room? You happy about being on the Shade Room at 40 damn 9? Sorry, Lord. If I ever end up on the Shade Room, my God, today, I'm telling you right now, I'm turning down my plate. I am fasting before the Lord. I am putting on sackcloth and ashes. And I am going to the Lord because God forgive me for whatever I have done to end up on that demon hellscape that is the Shade Room. How are you looking at that like it's a good thing? Earth is ghetto. I want to leave. Vodka says it's always the miserable people that have something to say negative about Kenya. They missed the mark. She just looks silly. It's like, what are you doing? Sunshine Avenue says soft openings don't take place that early in the process. It wasn't that either. Guys, maybe she was just doing it because she planned on doing the soft opening. And I'm not giving an excuse. I'm just saying in the realm of reality TV, this stuff happens. So she was doing that to give storyline, to bring advertisement to something that she is doing later. Everybody does it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal for you. It's not enough of a big deal for you to run down and like film the place not being fully opened. What if that lady is freaking embarrassed? Because this is her real life thing. What if she's embarrassed that money didn't come through or something like that? Like, what? Why do that? Tiny said, housewife stands are wild, though. This is expected. The ladies even know how to gas them up. It's personal to them. That's the truth. Like, I will say about these stands, y'all can't use them to harm people and go after people you want them to go after. And then when somebody with a bigger stand community comes after you, you play victim. Nope. Check them nut jobs. Check them nut jobs early. Don't play with them. They will turn on you quick. Right? I wouldn't have said nothing. Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Mademoiselle, please, we're not going to make excuses for losers. We're not. That was a loser behavior. If she did want to go to the salon and see that it wasn't open, okay, it's not open yet. Go home. You're going to do a video, share it, and then when people were commenting, like, girl, this was done in like a nasty kind of way. Even people who follow her was just like, this seems ill, like spirited. Like something don't seem right about this. Oh, you just mad that I'm getting all the views. Peaked in the 4th grade. That is that kind of behavior. That is that kind of behavior. JG said, it's clear as F that Ralph told Courtney to say the adoption stuff because now he's on Twitter saying the same type of foolishness. Probably. Obi said she doesn't care about anything else but at a moment in a peach and would do anything. Yeah, it's not fun with people like that. Black Girl Review says she wanted to embarrass her because allegedly she's missing with Ralph and Tampa. Everybody is saying that Courtney is a Tampa lady. I wouldn't be surprised. Why don't you reveal that since you want to be on this show so bad? Let us know that you're the Tampa girl. Tiny said she said the same thing Ralph said during the season, the same thing Tony said in an interview. I like Courtney. She shook people into nothingness, but she just didn't give. She just didn't give. Like, I don't like when I see you trying to make something happen. I need it to be authentic, right? I need for you to boss up if somebody bossing up to you. You don't come in bossing up at people who are popular. It looks targeted and it just doesn't seem fun. It just doesn't seem fun. JG said also, this made me even more disgusted with Candy because after filming this reunion, you had this type of creature on YouTube. Drew was foolish to keep trying with her. She's foolish if she keeps on trying with Ralph. Simply Simone said, if they out Drew on this show, they can't come back from this. Not this cast, not production. But can we keep it buck with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's what they do. They always try to out people. It's so sick. It's so sick. They always try to out people, but they all carpet munching. No shade. No shade. Y'all all gay. Y'all all gay. So if somebody trying to out you, oh no, I'm just an expressive woman. No, you're gay too. The whole cast is gay. But y'all want to play like y'all these straight people because you come from a Christian homophobic community. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't no straight girl just keep on falling into puss. Stop lying. Sorry. I hated this reunion. Oh, I don't know. I do not know what's going on. Let me move on to New York. I can't stand him. I cannot stand him in that fake New Jersey accent. Oh, he gets on my nerves. That's where he needs to go. That's where Ralph needs to go. OMG. He sure did. And somebody right under that comment, he was just like, you need to give your stepdad adoption book, the proceeds of that. You need to give that away. Because if this was something that you didn't want to do, you should never wrote a book about it. I was like, get him together. So many women are like this. So many women are like this. So many women are married to their biggest hater. Drew is married to a hater. He is jealous of her because she's the star. You got to get with a man that knows that you are the star, and all he does is this. He wants to keep on pushing you higher into the heavens so more people can see how much of a star you are. If you have a man that's trying to attach himself to your starhood, cut him, cut him, cut him. Mickey W said, it's so disgusting seeing Ralph talk about that young boy online and Courtney. Despicable. They're low. They're low. They are low. Thank you, OB. I finally got it. I was like, Entertainment Canada. Thank you for loving me. Let me get a few more, and then we'll get into New York. I realized that there is a lot more people in here than usual, so that's why there's a lot of comments that I'm trying to get everyone. IA said, Kenya bombed this reunion. She got caught up in her lives for the first time in real time. Low key, Marlo and Sheree had Candy and Kenya on the ropes, and I was shocked. It almost feels like Marlo and Sheree have finally won. We'll see. Whoever called on. Hey, Angel, you're my angel. Said this season didn't have any meat. No meat, no potatoes, no bone marrow. It was dry. It was mush. It was cream of wheat. Phil said everyone has an off season. Real Housewives of Orange County is still on television. Give the black girls a chance. Yeah, I'm not saying get rid of them, right? Or like take this show off the air, because Bravo never does that. As long as the show is making money, they're fine. Like this whole cast may just come back, because it's not like they're not making money. I'm just saying the girls need to get refreshed. Something it was afoot this season. Kai said, I'm all for a shakeup, but I refuse. I don't know why I'm reading you like this. Why? This is not your voice, Kai. I just know it. I don't know why I did that. I'm all for a shakeup, but I refuse to have Marlo on my TV. Between Nene talking about her going through the Rolex guy's phone, her trying to get Kenya's nanny to quit and always on the phone with a man, I would always refuse to have the like of Sheree talking to me about anything in business. True. I feel like with Marlo, she just wants it so bad and she just does too much. And that's why it just never works out for her. She just does too much. Angel said, no chemistry, which goes back to what you said. They just don't. Hey, Alicia. Alicia said, do you think that Nene and Portia can save the show? I think they can, but I don't think that this show is going to pay them what they're going to ask for. So it's just not going to happen. Because Portia was talking about, she said, I'll come back if the price is right. And she's married to an oil baron now. So they're going to have to pay her some money. And the show not going to do that. Carmen said, I was disappointed in Kenya. You can't even deliver a subpoena in your own case. It was blank, girl. She should have had a processor walk in at that moment. Are you LaToya Hutchinson? She should have. Megan said, honestly, Candy has said herself that she's not a good reader. I think she just got stuck with Sheree. I think they both got stuck. And you said, if you are a college educated woman, you do not read. Sheree, you do not read Sheree. You simply walk away and know that she's going to do something off and maybe grimy. Megan said, the prop plum just reminded me of Peter and his real peach. Now that was a stunt. Peter was a good housewife. I will give you that. Asatu said, Candy should have dragged Sheree. I'm tired of her being kind of protected by Kenya and Candy. They only give that energy to Marlo. I think it's just because I think they just know her real life, and it's just like, we're just going to let you rock. NBC, Universal, and Bravo. AE said, NBC, Universal, and Bravo really do not want to deal with Kenya. She has been lying for years. She is consistently duplicitous. The whole situation with the soft opening looked really bad. She convinced me. Oh, Candy came. I don't mean younger women like 22-year-olds. I just mean younger women like the time that we met them, like mid-30s. That's all I'm talking about. I don't think the show should go any younger. Simply Simone said, Ralph putting out that tweet while she grieves. Oh, I forgot that. He's a terrible husband. He's a terrible husband. Terrible husband. That wig made me think of when Nene was talking. It was terrible. It's like, what is going on? Nobody cared. Nobody cared this reunion. Jade said Kenya's glam was so bland. The blonde color didn't go with her skin tone. The makeup made her look old, and the top lip line, it was all over. Yes, apple. Kale and apple, ripe apple works really, really well. Really, really, really well. You gotta do other stuff to blend it. You got to do other stuff to blend it. Just simply said, right, that individual went way too far, but this ain't the first time she has shown up to someone's place of business. Oh, so this is what she does. Ugh. 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 Simply Simone said, one of my tweets made it on the Shade Room and I wanted to scream so bad, especially because I have them people blocked everywhere. Oh my God, today. I never want to do anything that has me ended up on there. Oh Lord. Oh. Oh. AE said Kenya Salon is in Chambly. Oh, I love Chambly. We all know where this place is. It is very, very public. The woman did not look silly. It's a very public area. SLX is an apartment building. Why is Kenya lying? Oh, I disagree. She looked like a fool. A fool. It was doing the video. The energy behind it was just nasty. And then like when people were commenting and being like, yeah, this isn't giving what you think is given. She was just so happy that blog sites are putting her up because this is what she wants to do. Like she wants to rage bait. That's what this is. It's rage baiting. And it was just terrible. I would implore you guys not to go, get content from people like that. Because those are the kind of people, which Candy is falling into, that will do anything from their audience. And her audience is toxic. Had that grown woman doing some ridiculous stuff because she craves attention. If you crave attention, please get off the internet. The internet will have you out here looking foolish. Let me get my super chats and then we're going to move on to New York. JL, I got that one. Thank you for that. I got this one from Phil. So Steph, thank you for the super chat. So Steph said, does anyone in the chat actually use Kenya Moore hair care? Thank you, So Steph. I would like to know because I've seen it in Sally's in LA. I stick to the things that work for me. Carmen said, Nikki, hate to call you out, but you and Mama Star was fighting for Ralph 2 years ago when we as a Star family told you Ralph was a fraud, LOL. Yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat, Carmen. Listen, you are right. And I will say, I have grown and I have learned more. And I'm a woman. Thank you, Wendy Williams. And I am allowed to change my mind. I know they would end up here. I still agree with Ralph saying that he did not want to adopt Drew's son because his father wants to be active in his life. I feel like it's a totally different thing if the dad is like, yeah, take him, I'm good. But Drew's baby daddy was just like, I want to be in my kid's life. I don't want him to be adopted. And Ralph was just like, he doesn't want me to do that. And I don't feel comfortable doing that. So I still agree with that. I just don't like him, but I still agree with that. Hey, poor Shekula. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Terrible. None of them worked. None of them work. Let's move on. Oh, Elise. Hey, Elise. Thank you so much for the super chat. Elise said, this is a detour, but do y'all like living in ATL? Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, wait. I love it. I love it. Aside from living in Jumanji, I love it. At least where I live, it's peaceful, it's nice, it's spacious. Like no shade, but I live in LA and the neighborhood that I'm in, there are not a lot of Black people. It is refreshing to see Black people. It's refreshing to live in a Black neighborhood. And like a Black neighborhood where we're all on like the same page. You know what I mean? Like I live in like a middle upper class Black neighborhood. Nothing against working class people. I'm working class. Nothing against that. but it's just the energy is very different here. Very, very different here. More or less of where I want to go and be in life. And it gives me hope. It gives me hope. I really do enjoy it. Let's move on to the Real Housewives of New York. Team Jenna Lyons. Team Jenna Lyons. But I will say this, right? Jenna. Sai has an issue. A lot of the ladies have an issue with Jenna Lyons because every time she gives a gift, it's a sponsor. Like, I never have Jenna's picture. Why do I never have Jenna Lyons' picture? You know what? Let me get that right now because this is ridiculous, Nikki. I was literally looking up pictures of her. I want to use this picture for now, but I want to give you guys a real Housewives of Atlanta picture for Jenna Lyons. I'm so disappointed. Like, that's not cool. Where the hell is it? There it is. I'm so disappointed. I thought I had her picture. I'm going to fix that today, but I'm just going to bring this up so I can talk about her. But Jenna, it's a paid ad, mama. It's a paid ad. Every time Jenna gives a gift, it's a sponsor, something sponsored that she's doing, or some kind of collab that she is doing with a brand or her brand. And everybody is just like, Jenna, you got to give us a real gift. Like, you were in the store and thought of us, or you noticed that there's something that we liked and you wanted to give that to us. That's a gift. But these, oh, this is my new lashes. Oh, this is the collab that I'm doing with Macy's. Those are not real gifts. And Sai, who is an influencer, she was like, this is my job. And if you keep on giving me this stuff, your ads that, you know, and your collabs, and you want me to advertise this stuff, you're going to have to pay me. And I'm with Sai because Jenna is just trying to be slick and disguise these gifts as, you know, a gift that you're really giving to somebody when really you are doing an ad on this show. There ain't nothing wrong with it, sis. Get your money, but don't act like this is a real gift because it's not. And I'm with Sai on that. She was like, this is my job. This is what I do. And you're not going to give me this stuff because you want me to wear it on the show or talk about it on the show or share it on my social media. Pay me, period. That's what you need to do, Jenna. Pay these ladies and then give them real thoughtful gifts because it's just not a good look on you. Everything that you do, you share it to Instagram first, then you give it to the ladies. They got a right to be bothered by that because I felt some sort of way. But still, going back to Jenna, poor lady. Mother is just going through it. My God, today. She was sharing, she said it so fast, I did not get the name of the disorder that she's dealing with, but she has a skin disorder, and she has a disorder that affects her hair, skin, and teeth, and she was sharing her journey with us. And I'm just like, you know, the paid ad, the ads, you know, the gifts that are actually ads is a problem. But leave this woman alone. She's not doing anything like, you know, remotely evil for these ladies to talk about her and have an issue with her like this. I'm just like, y'all gotta chill, because Jenna ain't really doing nothing that bad for y'all to keep on dragging her in every scene this episode. I just felt like it was unnecessary. You're ganging up on somebody who don't never want a problem, and you're ganging up on them over the most minute things. Jenna's, nothing that she is doing is so much of an issue for them to drag her the way they have, especially this episode. We get to meet Bryn's brother, and I was a little shocked because, Bryn, didn't you say that you and your family don't have a good relationship? I'm glad to see that her and her brother, I keep on forgetting how big these things are, but I'm glad to see that her and her brother are in a good place and they can spend the holidays together. But I was just like, oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad that you guys are in a good space. But I do remember you saying that you and your family are just not close. And also, can we talk about the editing of this show? When did Bryn and her brother go to LA to meet for the holidays? I felt like this scene should have came after the trip when they were all doing holiday stuff, like when they were with their families for the holidays. Because I feel like this scene came too early. It was a little off. It was a little off, and I didn't understand that. Bryn is like a lot of millennial women, right? And the majority of Gen Z women. I call it the grandmother effect, right? And this might not have been her personal case, but I think that this is what's happening to a lot of women. A lot of women kids in general spend a lot of time with their grandparents, especially my generation, spent a lot of time with the grandparents. Some of us went to grandma's house right after school, and stayed with her till mama got off of work and came home and picked us up. Some of us, went to grandma's for the weekend. Some of us stayed at grandma's for the summer, right? And one thing that a lot of young women are speaking on now is how grandma gave you the game. And grandma said, I'm here with your miserable granddaddy because I couldn't open a bank account back in the day. So I got a lot of stuff tied up with this man. But if I had to choose freedom, if I had a choice of freedom, I would take it in a second. Don't you do what I did or what your mama did. The world is different for you. You can have freedom. You can be free. You can live a life that I could never live. Hide your money. Get an account that he don't know about. Don't move away with him, especially if you already acting funny. Don't let him take you away from the family so he can beat on you in peace. You know what I mean? Like, we've all sat down and had these conversations with the grandma, right? Because the grandmothers want their granddaughters to live a life that they could not have lived because of how society was back in the day. So a lot of women today are choosing themselves, choosing joy, choosing peace, choosing happiness, and not settling down in a situation with a man and just being miserable, right? Because especially for Black American women, we are out learning and out earning our men. So I don't have to be with you for financial security. I got it. So if I'm with you, and this is a lot of women, if I'm with this guy, it's because I want to be with him, not because of provision and not because of protection. I, as a woman, can now have these things, right? I am licensed to carry, things like that. So I think that's what's happening, and women are just have a lot of choice now and are choosing themselves. The downside to that is that because a lot of women today are choosing themselves, the violence from men is increasing. And so we're before, when we were just getting slaughtered normally, the slaughtering is increasing because women are choosing themselves, which is why, ladies, get mace, get a knife, get a pew, because these men is crazy. These men is crazy. We're going to get into Brick Lady. We're going to get into Brick Lady. Anyway, so I think that's what's happening with her. She's just like, I know I want these things. I definitely want to be married. I want to be with the love of my life. I want to have a family. But I can also fly to Paris on a whim and have a really good girls trip. And so she's like, I want to have fun. And I want these things. And I know time is running out for some things. And I got to figure out what I want to do. But I'm actually happy where I'm at. And I think that is like what a lot of women are going through globally, especially millennial and Gen Z women. And it's just a tough place to be in. It's like, because life is good and I do want this, but if I can fly to Paris on a whim and go eat at the best restaurants and shop at the best places and nobody can tell me nothing, that sounds like fun. So this is why I like Britt. I feel like she's necessary on this show because this is an identity that is relatable to so many women. Back to Jenna. So the ladies are mad at Jenna because she decided to go down to the girls' trip that they were having in Anguilla. This is the money. This is the money that I'm talking about on these shows. Did you see that place that they're staying at in Anguilla? Oh my God, today. This is what I want to see. The Real Housewives, all these shows, Real Housewives of Orange County. This is what I want to see. That place looked gorgeous. Money. This is what I want to see. So the ladies are mad at Jenna because she decided to fly down to Antigua. Anguilla. Antigua, one of them beautiful Black islands. She decided to fly down early because she wanted to get a tan. And she also joked. I felt like she was joking, but this was also real. This truth in comedy said that she did not want to fly coach. Like, everybody was flying coach, but because she wanted to fly down early to get a tan, she asked her assistant if she could find her a business class seat for her earlier trip, and she did. So Jenna took it, right? So Aaron goes and tells the ladies what Jenna said. Left out the whole tanning part and just said, oh, she didn't want to fly coach like the rest of us. Big and messy. Big and messy. Thank you for being big and messy, except for a side of being mean, Aaron. Thank you for working. Thank you for coming to work. Because this was something, right? But I'm with Jenna. You guys are supposed to be rich. We are watching you because you're supposed to be coined up and fabulous. Why the hell you flying business class? Why the hell you flying coach if there's a business class option? I don't need you to relate to me. I don't need you to try to be normal and cool with the working class people. That's not why I'm watching this show. I'm watching money. I'm watching fabulousness. Business class, me, honey. I'm working class. Whenever I can get upgraded to business class, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. The first time I was in first class, I couldn't believe that this is an actual existence on a freaking plane. Coach, it's depressing. It's depressing. Every time I got to do it, I got to build myself up mentally. Because after being in first class, I don't want anything less. But I have to because I'm broke. You guys aren't. Fly business class. Why the hell are y'all dragging Jenna? If you had the opportunity in the coin, why don't you do the same? That was just so weird to me that they were mad about that. Oh, she's not flying coach like the rest of us. You're saying that out loud? Where the money at? Where the money? That's so weird. I'm with Jenna. I also feel like the ladies need to give this woman a break, right? She's older. She's the oldest of the group. She's dealing with that, right? She's also dealing with the fact she got a little tooth problem, right? Also dealing with the fact she got a little skin problem. Also dealing with the fact she got several bald spots all over her head. So she knows that she's going to go to this island and have to wear minimal clothing because it's hot, right? Also, she knows that she is going to be filmed 24/7. So she wanted to get a little heads up, get a little glam there, and prepare so that she can look and feel her best because she's standing next to younger women who do not have the same issues that she has. What's wrong with that? Like, I don't understand why they were beefing with that. Also, Jenna, you couldn't have got a tan in New York City. Why did you have to? Did you fly to tan the person out? That's the only thing that didn't make sense to me. I'm going to fly early to get a tan. Did you mean burning your skin or painting your skin? I was a little confused about that, but I just didn't think that it was such a big deal for the ladies to be so mad at her about that and like trying to pick a problem and a fight with her. I'm like, y'all don't think that makes sense? And then when she voiced it to the ladies, oh, don't do that. You look great. Shut the hell up. You are 36 years old. She's 52 and Caucasian. She knows what she's working with, and she has to do things differently. Don't gaslight her. But Jenna, why did you come on camera with no lashes? I felt like it. I was like, Jenna, where are the lashes? Where's your lash line? I couldn't, but first of all, I did not know that was her. So the ladies were sitting there dragging Jenna because, you know, she got there 2 days early and she didn't fly coach. While they're dragging her, this woman walks in. First of all, I thought that it was a mixed Anguilla or Antigua chef who was coming to let these ladies know about the meal that they had prepared for them. When the camera got close, I said, "This Jenna? How much did you tan, Jenna?" Jenna was serving Bryn. Let me tell you something. Bryn was on that island for all of 2 seconds, and her father's side jumped out. Jenna put down her luggage. The next time we saw her, she was black. I was like, oh, we are no longer biracial. We are monoracial, Bryn. I was like, oh, girl, that sun hit her in 2 seconds, and she was a totally different person. But when Jenna walked in, I was like, oh, how much did you tan, girl? Because I did not know that was you. But she was like, she walked in, hey, guys, so happy. She finally got her tan, but no lashes. Don't ever do that again, girl. Come on this show with lashes. But she sits down with the ladies, and she's talking to them, not aware that they all got a problem with her. So they just address the elephant in the room, and they talk about, you know, the fact that after they gave her the smallest room because she flew down early, I can't believe she's being bullied for spending lavishly on a show that is about women who spend lavishly. Crazy. But they start to tell her that they had a problem with it. And, she was just like, oh, this is why I did it. And I'm sitting there listening to her. And I'm like, you don't got to explain nothing to these broke heifers. You did what you needed to do for you. They're all acting like if they could afford it, they wouldn't do glam. Like, we're not going to do that. We're far beyond dragging women for doing glam on a freaking TV show. Get out of here. She can't do her own makeup. She can't do her own hair. The only thing she's can probably do is fashions. So she brought people who could do those things or went to somebody who could do those things. What is the problem? And Jenna handled it beautifully. She's like, I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't. This is just what I did. Like, she took everything in stride, but I would have cussed them out. I would have been like, first of all, you broke Barbies. Don't get mad at me because one, I could afford business class. One, I could also come here and stay 2 days earlier than you. Don't get mad at me because I got the coin to do it. You're supposed to have the same coin. If you don't have it, boss up. Get like me. Mind your damn business. Where is the crawfish? Do they got crawfish in Antigua or Anguilla? Whatever. But I would have cussed them out. How dare you? How dare she over there, a grown woman explaining herself to them broke Barbies? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't got to explain nothing to them, especially while you on this island serving biracial girl. Jenna's biracial. Where your lashes at, mama? That's all I want to say about this show. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Just to be said, I also don't like when they have games or are running for rooms. Producers, please stop doing this. Yeah, I hated that. Uba had a problem with them rooms. She was like, why are we sharing? We're grown women. I was like, I'm right there with you, Uba. Like, why are we sharing? We couldn't have got, like, I feel like they are starting to just like do that on shows now to create conflict, because this is not really something that should happen on a girls' trip. Like, who the hell wants to share a room on a girls' trip? Absolutely not. And then this is the time where you find out that your friends are a lot dirtier than you anticipated or imagined. And I'm like, you got Uba with Jessel? You think there's not going to be any fights? My God, today. My God, today. AE said ATL needs money and professionals. Reboot. Exo Mimi said the girls are always mad at Jenna for no reason. Like, there has been like nothing that she has done, in my opinion, that warrants the way they're dragging her. Like, no. Like, nothing. Dr. M said Jenna Lyons has something called incontinentia pigmenti. It's a genetic disorder. Thank you, Dr. M. Well, she has been open about. I'm telling you, out of everybody, Jenna has been the most open about everything. I still don't know nothing about. I don't know a damn thing about Uber. Is she holding an apple? I don't know nothing about Uber. Give Me Shelter said what they are doing to that poor lady who was bricked is unbelievable. Oh, absolutely. But it's not nothing new, right? There's not a woman on this earth that is protecting her community. Not even white women, so don't even try it. Not even white women. Their men are killing them in alarming numbers. That's what I always say. I don't understand why women are beefing. Like, first of all, we got the numbers. Women could do so much change to the world if they just woke up from their oppression. But isn't that every marginalized community? Grandmas give you the game. So Steph said, my grandma surely picked me up from school and kept me. However, she was a retired school teacher and left my alcoholic grandpa in the dust. Period. Kayla said, Cy gives bully and Bren ditzy friend in the Mean Girls movie. We all need those kind of characters. Kid Crudy said earlier when asked why would she introduce the cast from her family, she said, my brother. I think he's excluded from the excommunicated family members. I think so too. Mademoiselle says, Cy knows how to host a trip. She sure does. The dinner at her house with Branzini, yes. And the house in Anguilla, not Antigua, forgive me. She knows how to host, unlike some of these housewives. She does. She's a great host. She is a great host. AE said, Jenna is a professional woman. She gets stuff for free and you share amongst your friends or family. I get that, but she's gifting it like it's a personal gift. I would be like, and I do that all the time. Like, brands send me stuff. I'll try something out. If it doesn't work for me, or if I'm just like, this is more my mom, I'll let my family and friends know, oh, I just got this from this makeup brand, Maybelline. Maybelline just sent me this brand packet thing. I don't really like anything in here. It's on the living room table. If you want, take what you want. Like, that's different. You know what I mean? Oh, I just did this collab, and I wanted to, and I just wanted to share this with you guys, right? That's different than, oh, I have a gift for you guys. I thought about you and I wanted to give you that. No. This is from your business. This is an advertisement. This is brand sponsorship. It's not a gift. That's my only thing. Kai said, I do find it funny that I feel we learn more about Jenna each episode, yet the ladies are saying she doesn't share. She's given everything. She has outperformed all of them at this point. Absolutely. Phil said, there's not gifts. It's extras from other swag bag giveaways. That's exactly what it is. Just say that. Just, oh, this is not going to work for me. Sai, do you think I got this in a swag bag? That's a whole different thing. Miss Brown Sugar said, my only slight constructive criticism is that Frederick Lyons could avoid some of her backlash by explaining her thinking to the whole group before she makes alternative plans. Not that she owes it to them. Oh, I agree. I agree. AE said, why would you live in a working class neighborhood? You need to think about your safety and security first. I might disagree. I grew up in a lot of working class neighborhoods and they are really safe. I just think that there are just certain neighborhoods that give off differently. Like, I grew up all over Philadelphia. All over Philadelphia. All of them were poor and working class neighborhoods. Only one was unsafe. Shout out to West Philly. I ain't never going back to West Philly. Now, Mount Airy, she will always see me. But West Philly, absolutely not. So that's not true. Working class neighborhoods are extremely safe. That's why a lot of them are being gentrified. Extremely safe. Extremely safe. You can't. I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot go back to coach. It's so depressing now. If you have the option, do it. If you can't afford it, use your points. It's worth it. Worth it. Shanti said, the way you broke down Brent is totally relatable and exactly where I'm at in life. I was raised with my grandparents and they both gave me great life gems. Yep. Grandmoms give you the game. IA said something about Brent makes me feel like she's secretly a villain. It will come out in season 2. Please don't throw your tomatoes at me. I bruise easily. No, I agree. I think we're going to be very shocked who's going to become the villain season 2 or season 3. Every time. I'm telling you, when I get my coins, that's where a majority of my money is going to. Business class seats. Business class seats. Yeah, she's in her 50s. Everybody else is in their 30s and 40s. I think Brent is the youngest at 36. Either Brent or Aaron. Shonda said, please subscribe to Nikki's second channel, NikkiStar at Home. Thank you so much. Miss GG88 said, how was it that Jenna did any different than the ladies who didn't want to eat at a certain restaurant on episode 1? Tell it. She's easy to bully. Oh, well, that makes sense. See, I do tan, but I'm just not, tan educated. So maybe that's what she meant. Okay, so I was thinking something else because I felt like everybody knew that being under the sun without sunscreen is just welcoming skin cancer. But maybe that's not for Jenna. Maybe this was a natural tan thing that she was doing. Well, that makes sense. Am I? I'm neutral. Winter said, I really didn't like how they were so dismissive about her feelings on her appearance. Yes. When Brent said that she was copping out, I'm like, she's telling you about her damn disorder. You're telling her that's a cop out. Oh, I would have been over that table. Jenna, you're too kind. You're too kind. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar to 16K subscribers. We can do it, guys. We can do it before October. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. That was rich. She just does everything in her baby voice and tries to get away with it. Like you do the same thing when you're flirting with somebody's husband. Jenna's too nice. IA said, Jenna did nothing wrong. I would always fly business class if I could afford it. I will see my friends and family, LOL. When I get off the flight, when I'm tipsy, maybe drunk and well-fed. Can I tell you, my mom did that to me? We all took her on the trip for her birthday. And we all put out, working class coins together and got her business class. And so when it was time for her to board, like me and my mom were talking or whatever, and then when they called first class, she stopped mid-sentence and walked away from me and got in line to get in business class and first class. And I was like, bye, Mom. Like, excuse me. Like, all of a sudden, she just did not recognize me, did not know who, did not turn around. Went right to first class boarding, never turned around. And when I got on the plane, she acted asleep. I said, you are not asleep. You know me. Ciao. It changes you. It changes you. I think Saya's early 40s. I think Aaron is 35, Brent is 36, and I think the rest of the ladies are in their 40s. And Jenna is like 52. Great advertisement, because I was like, Jenna, we on camera. Where the lashes? Where the lashes? Where are the lashes? The African American said, hi, I'm here. She was on that island for 2 seconds, y'all. 2 seconds. The skin and hair texture changed real quick. Oh, yes. Yes. And I remember one time when Halsey posted a picture and she made sure to let everybody know that she was mixed before they tried to drag her for blackfishing. She was like, I have a black dad before y'all start. Oh. Cam said, to be honest, I hope I'm not 50 plus old and having to explain to my friends where I wanted to go anywhere on my dime. Right there with you. Give Me Shelter said they are trying to find anything to be upset with Jenna Lyons because she's MF and Jenna Lyons. It's not her fault they don't have her money. Aaron doesn't feed people or have heat. But Jenna is the problem. Thank you. Give Me Shelter. Thank you. OMG. She doesn't. She's living her best life and enjoying her time on this show and giving us everything. Jenna has opened up about everything. We didn't met her brother. They talked about her disorder. They talked about their family life. Like, Jenna is delivering. These ladies are not, and they got a problem with her. You can't critique her until you catch her, and y'all haven't. Y'all haven't. Yes, like she's real chill. She didn't even complain about the room. She was like, when I saw other rooms, I was like, ooh, see, y'all trying to be petty, trying to shade her, and she don't even care because she know who she is at the end of the day. Y'all jealous. Y'all jealous. Miss Brown Sugar said, Jenna doesn't have to explain anything, but Housewives Girls Trip 101 is that we come together, we leave together. So they probably feel slighted and reminded them that they can't do what she does. That's probably exactly what it is. You are right. NC said the irony and hypocrisy of these women is that they look down on some of the others for not wanting a pretty decent restaurant in New York City, but then getting their feelings because Jenna doesn't want to fly coach. On the show, it's about money. QQQ said, ooh, Anguilla got the bombest beach saying I've been to like a kitchen floor. Only because a family is on St. Martin. I want to go. I want to go. Period, IA. The ladies are too mad because they're broke. She is over 50 and more. That's what she said. She said, I'm 50. I'm in my 50s. I'm too old. And I'm 6 feet. I want to fly a certain way. What is the problem? Yes. Megan said they can't be mad that Jenna moves like a celebrity. When they treat her like one, they always make sure to call her Jenna Lyons when she walks in a room. Like, you mad at me for being me, but you know who I am. You know I'm that girl. So why are you mad? I feel like they're just jealous, and they would have dragged Jenna if she was in Coach. They would have been like, oh, can you believe that Jenna Lyons isn't Coach? Ooh. Like, y'all would have had a problem anyway. Y'all mad that she's that girl and you're not. Miss Brown Sugar said she's just more socially awkward than I think her cast and probably many viewers actually realize. Jenna is good at doing her and just hasn't had as much experience doing groups and pairs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, this woman who has teeth, hair, and skin disorders, like one disorder that attacks all of those things, is working in fashion. My God, today. Can you imagine what she deals with on a daily basis? And y'all mad that she wants to get a heads up so she could look a certain way on camera? With all of y'all teeth, with all of y'all hair, with looking like a black woman whenever the sun hits you, Bren. She doesn't have that. Let her do what she can. I am so sorry. I forgot to talk about that. NC said, was the Jessel scene with her husband staged? Because there is no way my hubby would have the unmitigated gall to tell me he's going to another continent for a long time and then proceed to tell me to figure out the babysitting situation myself and think he's still going to have all his teeth in his mouth. That was such a weird conversation. She's just telling him that she's leaving for her scheduled girls trip because of her job. And he says, well, I'm going to Vietnam by myself. I hate to say it, sir. It was sounding like sex tourism. What the hell you going to Vietnam by yourself for? To do what? And he wasn't explaining nothing. It was given, I'm going to Tampa. It was given, I'm going to Tampa to do and see what? And Jessel didn't care. I'm like, do y'all have an arrangement? That was so weird. That was so weird. So Steph said, I'm in a Facebook group called Are We Dating the Same Man? The things I see that these men are doing range from awful to horrific. It's very scary. It's very, very scary. So Steph said, I dated a very fine man from Mount Airy. He owns several Jackson Hewitt tax services. Sigh, LOL. What's his name? Because he coined up. Right? And especially like some people, a lot of people in working class neighborhoods have been there for generations. So you're around family and friends. You'll be fine. Don't act stupid and you'll be cool. She sure did. She sure did. And then when Jenna confronted her in front of the ladies, here's Aaron. No, stand in it. Stand in it. You wanted to cause some mess. Stand in it. Don't go meek now. No, stand in it. Stand in it. So Steph said Sai is definitely the villain, and Aaron is in charge of the girls. Aaron gets them worked up every time. I like her better in that position than being mean. Being mean. Oh, she's gonna be for Aaron. Pull her glasses off and everything. She's about to get her together. Get her together. Oh, so they're both 36. Okay. Did not know that. Did not know that. Yeah, I like Brent. I didn't like her saying that Jenna was using her disorder as a cop-out. She was telling you what actually happened. She didn't have to. That's what she was doing. He does, but she doesn't want him for some reason. For some reason. Let me tell you something. First class on a short flight, long flight, whatever. That's all I want to do. I don't want to go back to coach. Like when I go to Mexico, I fly first class because, it's a short flight and I can afford it. But them Philly, Atlanta trips, not Philly, Atlanta, Philly, LA, coach. Ah, ah. Exactly. Or you know what I do when I can't afford first class? I do the exit seat. So I feel like I got something special. She absolutely would be. She absolutely would feel like it was dismissive and make it a big thing. They all should give Jenna some grace. She's not doing anything. We were in mid-conversation though, IA. She stopped talking to me, grabbed her carry-on, and turned around and got in line and didn't look back. How dare you? How dare you? Hey, Winter. Winter said, Erin blew me when she said that these are the consequences of your actions. No, these are the consequences of you being fake. I don't understand how she plans to move throughout the season when they cut you off, Winter? Oh, flips on everyone. She's going to be in some drama. Oh, yes. Now that's one thing. When I'm flying international, I'm gonna just put that on my credit card because I am not flying coach on an international trip. Oh, that's going on the credit card. That's going on the credit card. Absolutely. I am not going on the trip where the only trip that I went on is my friend's birthday trip, and I shared it with like my best friend since I was 14. That's different, right? A group trip like this with a bunch of girls that I just started rocking with, give me my own room. Give me my own room. Oh, okay. I was like, is her name Frederick? I don't know. IA said it's like the ladies are picking on the older cast member and they're playing it wrong. Jenna won't waste her time grappling with them. Nope. Because they tried it with her and she was like, I'm fine, and moved on. She dressed Michelle and met Barack. Get out of here, right? She's not going to get into that. Well, don't let me miss out. Let me stop. I'm joking. So. QQQ said, I haven't watched much of this because it ain't like Atlanta or Orange, maybe because new and a little boring. I'm just happy I caught y'all. Oh, thank you for being here. I was joking. Let me know. Let me know who this man is. Oh my God, a 6'5" Philly. Ken Crudy said you called in Nikki. Bryn and Gideon, brother is in the cards for her future husband, LOL. Yeah, because I'm like, you can't make it work with Gideon. JG said, Bryn and Jenna gonna end up little sis, big sis. I'm being delusional, but I'm praying for it. Yeah, I don't want Bryn beefing with Jenna, but she seems to have the most issues with her, and I'm not understanding. I am not understanding. What you do? Like, he's not explaining anything. I'm going to Vietnam by myself for a few days. What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What are you doing? Is it business? Do you have family there? What's happening? No, you're not going to see no sights. What's happening? And Jessel just went on. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to wear this kaftan and anguilla. Girl, what? Punch him in his forehead. No, don't. I am not promoting violence against straight men. Pace Girl said, I did Economy Plus to Paris 2 weeks ago, and the next time I fly that long, I will be upgraded. Yeah, put it on the credit card. Put it on the credit card. Look at that when you come back from vacation. I never, not international. Bond me and some puss. That's what he wants. I think Jessel is going to mention that to Sai, and Sai is going to run with that. And that is why Sai and Jessel's husband is going to be beefing. Because you see later in the trailer that Sai and Jessel's husband is beefing. I think it's about the Vietnam trip. Because I think that Jessel is going to tell these ladies that her man is going to Vietnam by himself, and they're all going to be like, what? That's what is going to start. That's where it's going to start. Let me get these two and get out of here because I got to get ready for a love during lockup. Miss GG88 said, how does somebody choose Vietnam? Out of nowhere. was very weird. Kayla said, I watched the re-air and they're Watch What Happens Live, and I missed all the shade toward Erin the first time. Seems like by the end of the season, most of the women don't like Erin. She's unlikable. We got to be real. Erin doesn't come off likable. She just doesn't. She just does not. She just does not. So Seth, well, in here says, Sai's husband got good, regular people common sense. I like him. What I like about their relationship is that they're the real deal. They're the real deal. They both met when they were grinding and they were able to build together. They found love in a hopeless place. And they're the real deal. I like them. I actually lied about ending with Social Stuff. I want to end with Drewski. My baby. Thank you for being here, Drewski. Drewski said, I won't promote violence against straight boy. Girl, I will. Get him. Get him again. Anyway, I love y'all. I got to get out of here for Love During Lockup. I actually stayed a lot later than I intended, but I love y'all. I miss y'all. We had a good time. If you watch Love During Lockup, I'll see you in about 20 or so minutes. Thank you all for joining me. See you for the next live. Bye. Move out the way. Hey, I'm with my girls and we all. Oh,